What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Dozen Trivia here on YouTube. If you've not already, I know I'm getting annoying with this. Please subscribe, though. I'm at the point of begging. We want to make sure everyone's over on this channel before we start Season 4 of the Dozen Trivia League, which, yes, is coming up very soon, less than a month, October, November. All those teams you know and love are going to be back as they compete to be the champions of the Dozen Trivia League Season 4, but our 1v1 tournament rolls on for now. You're about to see KB, speaking of fan favorite teams, the Frankettes. KB, the Frankettes, take on Blaise of the Baddies, followed by Nick of the Frankettes take on Trent of Foreplay. If you've not seen any of our previous 10 matches or haven't caught up, please go back and watch. You're about to have things spoiled as you go ahead. Also, like the video. That helps out a ton. And a reminder to play Daily Dozen Trivia every single morning. Test out your skills at dailydozentrivia.com. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.
Welcome to the following presentation of the Dozen Trivia by Barstool Sports.
Is it Crime Dog, Fred McGriff?
Jesus, how in the hell?
The Hoggers are your champions. Unbelievable.
The movie's called Get Fucked.
Champions of the Dozen, Season 2 of Town Ball.
All right, it's the Dozen 1v1 Battle Royale 2023. Another doubleheader starts right now, and it's actually a doubleheader with two teammates. It's a Frank and the Frankettes doubleheader, starting with KB first from Frank and the Frankettes, the 15 seed, taking on Blaise, the 18 seed from the Baddies. And then after this match, you will see KB's teammate, Nick, the 5 seed, taking on Trent from Foreplay, the 28 seed. Two of the wilder sets of categories that we've seen between Kyle and Nick, two seasoned vets of the show. I won't spoil Nick's, but for as wild as you're about to see with KB's, Nick's are just another level up.
I can't imagine what he even picked.
I will. Here's a hint. I had to record sounds in my apartment. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit like and subscribe below. You can't comment on these videos unless you're subscribing. Make sure you're subscribed to see all future Dozen stuff as well. 12 categories, which I'm going to reveal right now. That's the first thing to go over right here in terms of rules. They each selected 8 categories, 4 of them repeating. The repeating will have, or supposed to have, a more difficult sense to them. They're harder questions. These are the categories that Blaise went with. He went with the Philadelphia Eagles, the Philadelphia Phillies, The Office, Succession, UFC, The Sopranos, Entourage, and the Philadelphia 76ers. The repeating categories will be UFC, Sopranos, Entourage, and the Philadelphia 76ers. KB selected junior college and California community college sports teams nicknames, football bowl subdivision stadium names, Pennsylvania public school districts, Olympic cities, Division I college cities, West Virginia counties, NCAA wrestling, and his stone cold niche, which he's been using since day one of the Dozen, world capitals. The repeating categories will be Division I college cities, West Virginia counties, NCAA wrestling, and world capitals. World capitals. So here we go. You get 3 lifelines each. You get 2 doubles that you can use on the regular difficulty categories, the 8 regular difficulty categories, and 1 of your doubles can be used on the hard categories, the more difficult questions. KB, you're going to give Blaise his first category. Blaise, you'll give KB his first category, and we'll go back and forth, so on and so forth, until we have our next winner, our 11th winner here in the first round of the Dozen 1v1 Battle Royale. Here we go. First of a doubleheader. KB, what do you want to have Blaise go with first?
Something not fresh on his mind. I'm gonna go Entourage.
Entourage, okay. Regular difficulty?
Quite often. That might be fresh on the most fresh.
Ooh.
Wait, what did he say? You just watched it all?
I rewatch it quite often. It's like a good on board. I'll just throw on Entourage. I throw.
Right.
Actually, yeah. Fuck it. I'll double this.
Woo!
Doubled up. Cool. Here we go. That's a pretty big start. Entourage regular difficulty for 2 points off the bat. In season 4, episode 6, Turtle and Drama make a risky investment when they pay $62,000 for a baseball memorabilia item.
It's a Sandy Koufax signed ball. Final answer.
That's a very quick final answer
Nice.
and a very quick 2 points. That is correct. Being told by rules official, we actually cannot give you that because it's a jersey, not a ball.
Oh, Blaise.
So
That's
yeah, we saw Sandy Koufax. That's tough. That's a
No, it
brutal
is.
start.
Yeah, that is tough. Fuck.
That is tough. We just rolled in with that with Vibs from the other day. Vibs accidentally said the city in which the dentist was in, did not final answer the dentist's name, which he also said. That's tough. Blaise, one double down, and he knew what it was. All right, give it to KB now. Got to try to find a way to even this up after losing your double.
Division I college cities.
Division I college cities. Do you want to double this one, KB? The regular difficulty of 2 of these?
Yeah, I will, because Blaise did.
All right, he's going to double off the bat. All right, while Blaise is finding a better internet spot, KB, here's your question for 2 points.
Okay.
What Division I institution is located in the city of DeLand, Florida?
That is Stetson Hatters.
Final answer?
Final.
That is correct. That is 2 points on the board for KB there. The Stetson Hatters. Is it pronounced DeLand? Am I saying that right?
I don't know. We stayed there once for Rediscovering America, and it was very forgettable. Boring city.
DeLand, Florida gives KB a 2-0 lead early. KB, what do you want to give Blaise for his next category?
All right, we got pop cult. We got entertainment out of the way. Let's give him the Phillies, the Philadelphia Phillies.
Philadelphia Phillies. Do you want to double Phillies or yes or no?
No.
Okay,
No.
Philadelphia Phillies to make it 2-1 to get on the board here, Blaise. After going 12-4 and finishing second in 2009 Rookie of the Year voting, the starting pitcher got sent to Houston as part of the package for Roy Oswalt in 2010.
J.A. Happ, I think it is. J.A. Happ. Pretty sure that was. Yeah, J.A. Happ. Final answer.
That is correct. J.A. Happ on the board, 2-1. KB, to get back at least a 2-point lead. Blaise, what are you going to give him?
Olympic cities.
Olympic cities. Do you want to double this?
No.
Okay, Olympic
I forgot
cities.
about winter. I forgot about the winter.
Okay, KB, forgot about half of them. Here we go to make it 3-1. Shaun White, Joey Cheek, Ted Ligety, and Julian Mancuso all won golds for Team USA at the 2006 Winter Olympics in what city?
I know this. This is Turin, Italy.
Final answer. That is correct. Turin or Torino. That is correct. 3-1. Olympic cities off the board for KB. He's got a 2-point lead. What are you gonna have Blaise guess next?
Let's do The Office.
The Office. Here we go. One of a couple people have done Office categories. I think Rudy had Office as well. The Office to make it 3-2. Do you want to double?
No, not
I assume
double.
you're going to be saving that for UFC. Here's The Office. In season 5, Pam is awkwardly the only person in the corporate office to wear a costume on Halloween. Who did she dress up as?
Oh, fuck. Popeye? Final answer?
Her answer is Charlie Chaplin, and people thought she dressed up as Hitler when she took off the hat.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, she couldn't take off the hat. She'd be Hitler. 3-1. Blaise, fire one over to KB.
This is the most curious I am of any of them. Pennsylvania Public Schools.
Pennsylvania Public School. This is, by the way, this is just a
Why did
brutal.
you
I don't want to be too good at this, but I remember a lot from wrestling.
Pennsylvania is tough because of cities and townships, and it just gets really confusing.
They don't
So
use,
here we go.
Okay.
3-1 lead to make it 4-1. Pennsylvania public school districts for KB. The only city technically in Lawrence County. This city is associated with the address for Neshannock Township's Neshannock High School.
So Lawrence County, I'm thinking that's Newcastle. I don't know if I know any other cities there. I'll go Newcastle.
Final answer?
Yes.
Yeah, that is Newcastle, Pennsylvania. It is 4-1.
I'm from Pennsylvania. I didn't even have a chance at that.
That one's confusing because it's like they're
I'm
in.
way better
It's
at
like,
Western PA.
it's like in Neshannock Township. It's Neshannock Township ISD. I'm like, this is a tricky question, but it's actually in Newcastle, even though there is a Newcastle.
Yeah, I never even
high
heard
school.
of Neshannock. I thought it was just Newcastle High School. They did. I don't. So I'm not that hip with the high school scene.
Okay, 4-1. KB fire one over to Blaise. 3-point lead. 11 points left for Blaise. 11 points left for KB.
All right, let's give him UFC.
UFC. Do you want to double?
It's between UFC or Sopranos for me. I'll double UFC.
Doubling UFC to make it 4-3. Here's your question in UFC. 30 seconds on the clock. I'm done reading the question. Who did Rashad Evans TKO in round 1 at UFC 167, the company's 20th anniversary card?
God damn it. 167. I don't think it's Chuck
15
Liddell,
seconds.
final answer.
Sorry, say it one more time.
Chuck Liddell, final answer.
Correct answer is I don't know how to say his name. Chael Sonnen?
Oh, Chael, yeah.
Chael Sonnen? Yeah.
That was like before I got junky in UFC.
4-1. Blaise, fire over to KB. He's got 11 points left.
FBS stadium names.
FBS stadium name. This is for KB. What FBS college or university west of Mississippi plays football in Lavelle Edwards Stadium?
BYU.
Final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. It's BYU, 5-1. Back over to Blaise. KB, what are you going to give Blaise? 9 points remaining for Blaise, down 4 points now.
I'm gonna give Blaise. Blaise, what do you want? I'm gonna give him the Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles to make it 5-2. Regular doubles off the board for Blaise. Here's your question. An undrafted free agent signing in 2012. This running back out of Washington played 3 seasons with the Eagles, rushing for 270 yards with 7 touchdowns.
So this would have been McCoy's backup. Fuck. Washington's throwing me off.
Need an answer in 5, 4.
I'm blanking. I don't even have a guess.
Correct answer is Chris Polk. Chris Polk.
I didn't even know.
KB can start to pull away really here. What are you going to give KB?
West Virginia counties.
West Virginia counties for KB. Here we go. To make it 6-1. Situated in the western half of West Virginia, in what county are the cities Parkersburg, Vienna, and Williamstown located?
Wood. Wood County.
Final answer. 6-1. KB with a 5-point lead. Blaise.
Record. I think KB's going to go 12 for 12.
He's on fire right now. No, all right, KB, give one over to Blaise. He's down 5. He's got to start making a move here.
Blaise, I need you to get some confidence back. What do you want?
Give me Sopranos. I should have doubled that instead of UFC.
I might know this.
All right, Sopranos. Here we go. Yeah, KB and I actually were texting about Sopranos the other day. Finishing my annual rewatch. Here we go. Sopranos. Make it 6-2. In season 4, what food is Ralphie Cifaretto cooking? Something he offers to Tony right before their long-standing feud comes to a violent end. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to get spoiled, just stop listening before he kills him. Before Tony kills him. That's what we kind of want to get at there.
Pretty sure he's just cooking eggs. Eggs on the stove. Final answer.
That is correct. You're cooking some eggs.
Is that what it
I
is?
remember
Like,
whisking.
wasn't when Ralphie's son like impaled himself, or was that?
Like
Yes,
that was earlier in the episode. It's a crazy episode for Ralph.
Yeah, that was insane.
And then he burns down Pile My's stable. It is he truly like everything that built up to have Ralphie get into a better standing with Tony just torn down in minutes. 6-2, 4-point lead. KB though in great shape. What do you want to give KB, Blaise?
World Capitals. Assume we'll double.
World Capitals. Do you want to double this?
Yeah, I guess.
Doubled up World Capitals. 7 points remaining after this. If you get this, you are up by 6. Here we go. The 6th smallest nation in the world. What is the capital of Liechtenstein?
Ladouge.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct. It is 8-2, 6-point lead. 7 points remaining for Blaise. Blaise, you're going to have to get them basically all. Hope KB falters. KB, what do you want to give him?
Succession.
Succession.
Yeah.
Here we go. In season 1, episode 5, what is the name of the movie Roman fought to have stopped while at Waystar Studios? Gets clowned over this bad boy.
Is it? Oh, fuck. There's one movie that comes to mind, but I don't know if that was a later one. My only guess is Callispatron. Final answer.
Wow.
That is a movie from Waystar. That is incorrect. It's the biggest turkey in the world.
Oh
The biggest turkey in the world. Here we go, KB. This is going to be it for the win. What are you going to give him, Blaise? You can give him the difficult ones too.
Oh, I can. Okay.
Yeah.
No difficult West Virginia counties.
West Virginia counties difficult. This would be for the victory. Here we go. West Virginia counties for KB. With towns such as Albright and Terra Alta, what is the lone city and county seat in Preston County?
It's Kingwood.
Final answer?
Kingwood.
That is the win for KB. 9-2 final score. It's a knockout for KB. The Sandy Koufax jersey sunk you early. That was...
I think I knew once he started rattling off like all his answers. He's like, yeah, he's not missing any of these.
KB is the first person to not miss by the end of the match. Keep in mind, he does have a lot of categories left. We never got the JUCO California Community College nicknames, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, it's just a wasted 3 hours of...
That was actually, I will note too, that was actually Blaise's first miss in UFC, technically speaking, because Blaise and Patty did not miss last year. Not going to count against the Baddies record there. It's individual, but...
yeah, that was a tough one. I forget that era, kind of.
Koufax is going to haunt you now.
That was funny. I forgot. What if I had said, like, item? Sandy Koufax signed item.
We would have said specify. We would have said specify what item. I caught it because I just read Sandy Koufax here, and then Gooch was producing. He said, I think he said the wrong thing.
Jersey. It was the white Brooklyn Dodgers jersey, I remember.
KB taking on Eddie. Confidence level against Ed. You don't... So you... People watching know Eddie's categories already. Let me just read you Eddie's categories just so you kind of have an idea. Eddie and Clem. People always say the ZD boys carried people claimed by easier trivia, but Eddie and Clem both moved on. Eddie taking on KB. KB knocks out Blaise. We'll see that match coming up either next week or the week after. Don't know when the schedule will be for that. But the next match you're going to watch is in this video. Stay here. It's Nick versus Trent in our next match in a dozen 1v1 Battle Royale. All right, the second of our doubleheader. You just watched KB put up the most impressive performance so far. He went 9 for 9, blew out Blaise. He'll take on Eddie in the next round, the 2 seed. And now we have the 5 seed, Nick, going up against the 28 seed, Trent. Winner taking on Clemmer.
Whoo! Wow.
Clemmer had an upset of Large. Clemmer destroyed Large. We mentioned it earlier in this episode. Roan, Keegs, Frank, Rudy, Clemmer, Che, PFT, Clem, Kenjack, Eddie, KB. They're all through to the next round. This now, the 528. You guys were just talking before we started recording here. I'll start with you, Trent. You said you don't really know how well you know any of the stuff you picked.
Right. I'm actually more nervous about this than I am with a regular dozen match, because with a regular dozen match, there's not that many expectations. With this, I picked the categories, so it's expected that I'm at least going to get a couple of them right, and there's a real chance I don't get any of them right. So I'm more nervous for this than I have been for any dozen match.
Yeah, and like I think when I sent mine to Jeff, he responded, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Oh."
The one error I kind of made, because I wanted to try to keep it vague so people didn't overthink it and they just kind of kept their thing, was I did not tell people that you couldn't steal. So like Kenjack, for example, did protect with his, because he knew Dana wouldn't know World War II small arms. And so he picked things that he's like, I didn't really know this that well. And then Dana's like, well, Dana was like, I played Call of Duty, but then they didn't steal. There's no steals anyway. So let's look at the categories for you guys. 8 categories were selected. 4 of them are going to repeat. They're going to be more difficult questions. Remember, we were calling them hard, but then I was saying people's names and then the word hard right after, and it just sounded largely inappropriate. Yeah, nothing like the Sylvester Stallone hard question. No, it was like one of the first matches. I was like, it just doesn't sound right. But difficult. 4 difficult categories that will repeat. Trent, your categories are, excuse me, Cedar Rapids High School football. From your 4 years there. Yeah. Golf major championships. Okay. Beef jerky.
Oh. Dude, Trent's the best, man.
Cities in Iowa. Hip hop. G Unit. I've been teasing the whole tournament. This is my favorite match in terms of categories. Big Bang Theory and jersey numbers.
Okay.
That's me in 8 categories. That's it.
I would argue there's not many people in the world that would go back to back to back G Unit, Big Bang Theory, and then sports jersey numbers. And you are going to repeat those last 4: hip hop, G Unit, Big Bang Theory, jersey numbers. Nick, we're going to have to explain the first one.
Yeah,
in a moment, but it's heads or tails.
Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory.
I'll explain how we're going to do that. Foreign movie titles.
Yeah.
Reverse pop punk, which is a pop punk. It'll be a pop punk song played backwards.
So my fear there was that Trent would be able to steal, so I was like, I'll throw it in reverse for him.
As seen on TV.
Okay.
Who's that Pokemon?
Okay.
Very, very zoomed in logos.
Yeah.
Love that.
Celebrity Mashup Cartoon Edition.
Yeah.
And sounds, which sounds will be, I will be making, I made noises in my apartment with something, and Nick will have to pick from a list of things to know what the sound is being made.
Great.
He'll be repeating Who's That Pokemon, very, very zoomed in logos, Celebrity Mashup Cartoon Edition, and sounds.
I repeated sounds?
Yeah, you did. which was tough.
There's so many.
Heads or tails is gonna be this. It's gonna be a best of 7. It's quite simple. You got to guess 4 out of 7 coin flips correctly. That's really what it comes down to. It's really a game of chance. Nick, what are you gonna give Trent first?
I'm going to start off Trent with hip hop.
Release that song.
That is Young Jeezy.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct. 2 points for Trent.
Great work, Trent.
Thank you, Nick.
Good start for Trent. Nick, what are you going to give him, Trent?
Let's do. I want to see heads or tails.
Jeff, I'll double. I'd like to double, Jeff.
You're going to double heads or tails. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Nick is going to double heads or tails. Here's how this goes. Quite simple. I have a quarter in front of me.
Yes.
I will flip the quarter, call it in the air. It's best of 7. You got to get 4 out of 7 correct. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Heads or tails for Nick?
Heads.
That is tails. I kind of flipped the wrong tails. 01.
Heads.
Heads. It's heads. 1-1. 1-1.
There you go.
Heads.
Heads. 2-1.
Mhm.
2-1 heads.
Mhm.
Here we go. 2-1 Nick.
Heads.
It is tails. 2-2. We have a 2-2 series
I
tie.
knew it was coming.
Here we go. Call it in the air.
Heads.
It is heads. 3-2. Nick has 2 chances for 2 points.
Holy
Call
shit.
it in the air.
Heads.
It's tails. 3-3.
No!
We go to game 7. We go to game 7.
Tails.
It is heads. No points for Nick. Why did he change?
That's a heartbreaker. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a heartbreaker.
No points for Nick. Double off the board. That is really tough. Here we go.
Electric, though. That's an electric.
That was
captain.
electric. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
What do you
I
give
went
Trent?
heads the whole time.
I know.
Somebody's going to accuse me of like looking at my phone for that. Captain Kong would have tried to Google that.
All right. What are you going to give Trent for his next category?
Let's give him beef jerky.
Beef jerky. Okay. Here we go. Beef jerky. Do you want a double?
No.
Okay, here we go. While not as popular as Slim Jim or Jack Link's, this brand of jerky is known for its logo with an Italian flag behind its black print.
Oh.
I even mentioned earlier, it's 30 seconds in this. It's 25 seconds with a 5-second countdown for this challenge. 2-0 Trent.
I can see it in my head.
15
Me
seconds.
too, man. Me too.
Get an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2.
I have no idea. Does it start with an
1.
O?
It does. The correct answer is Oberto.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Nick, you have a chance to gain one back here. Trent has his first miss. What are you going to give him, Trent?
I want to see who's that Pokemon.
Who's that Pokemon? Simple as this, Nick. Do you want to double it? You're going to see a silhouette of a Pokemon just like the TV show.
Original 150?
Yep.
I'll double.
Doubled up for Nick to make it 2-2. Here we go. Nick, who is that Pokemon?
Mm-hmm. Vileplume.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Everybody's getting Vileplume.
2-2, but Trent, small advantage. You do have one extra double than Nick. Nick, what are you going to give Trent for his third question?
I would like to give Trent his first G unit, please.
G unit. Regular or difficult?
Let's give him the regular G unit.
Regular G unit for Trent. Here we go, Trent.
I was Smile.
Final answer?
Final.
That is correct. 4-2. Trent successful on the doubles.
Shout out to Lloyd Banks.
What are you going to give Nick?
Oh, let's do Celebrity Mashup Cartoon.
Celebrity Mashup Cartoon Regular Edition?
Yes.
Or difficult? Okay. Celebrity Mashup Cartoon Edition for Nick. His regular doubles are all gone, so are Trent's. Nick, name the 2 celebrities mashed up in this photo. Celebrity cartoons mashed up in this photo.
that would be Joe Swanson and Phil and Lil's lesbian mom. What is her name? That's Betty DeVille. Betty, yeah, Betty.
Final answer, yeah, Betty.
Yeah.
It is Betty DeVille. Would have taken Betty. That's correct.
Incredible. Incredible.
I need that on a shirt.
All right, 4-3. Slight advantage for Trent. Nick, what are you going to give Trent for his next question?
Let's go with let's go jersey numbers. Regular
Jersey numbers for Trent. Trent, to make it 5-3. Your fourth category. All these players have the same jersey number on their respective teams in this photo. What is the jersey number? Deuce McAllister, Kyle Korver, and Clinton Portis.
Ooh. I think Core's throwing me off a little bit. I think it's 26.
10 seconds.
Or is it a single digit?
5.
Let's go 26, although I don't think Corver wore 26.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct. That is
Nice.
correct. 26.
I do not remember.
I love how you took off the number of the Redskins jersey, but you left the name.
Yeah, it wasn't
Real
hidden,
bad
hidden
guy.
names. 5-3 to make it 5-4. Unless you give him a hard question. Trent, what are you going to give Nick?
Very, very zoomed in logos.
Very, very zoomed in logos. This is going to be one logo, Nick. Very, very zoomed in logos. What is this logo?
That's Toys R Us.
Final?
Yeah.
That is correct. That's Toys R Us.
Awesome. Well done.
Did you know that one, Trent?
No, I did not.
5-4. Slight advantage remains for Trent because of the double. Here we go. Nick, what are you going to give Trent next?
Let's give him Iowa Cities.
Iowa Cities. Here we go. Iowa Cities to make it 6-4. For Trent, 30 seconds. I'm done reading the question. 2 cities that start with C are top 10 in Iowa by population. Cedar Rapids and this city on the Missouri River in Pottawatomie County. Pottawatomie? Yeah, that sounds right.
I want to say... I'm going to say Cedar Falls.
Final answer?
Yeah.
It's Council Bluffs. Council Bluffs.
Oh.
Nick with a chance to have a true tie now. What are you going to give Nick?
Let's do sounds.
Damn it.
Pounds. All right, this is gonna be something. Nick, we're gonna let you hear it 5 times because it's a very quick sound.
Okay.
Here's the question: make it 5-5. Based on sound, what is this metal pen being dropped on? A basket of Sharpies, mechanical keyboard, or a small pile of rocks?
Mhm.
Here's the sound. Me to play it again?
Yeah. So if it was a basket of Sharpies, I don't think it would roll off like that. One more? That's a mechanical keyboard, Jeff.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct. It's a metal pen hitting a mechanical keyboard. 5-5.
That man knows his sounds, ladies and gentlemen.
He knows. Yeah, he does.
Honestly, I've heard so many.
A lot of practice.
All right, here we go. Nick, which one are you going to give to Trent?
Let's give him difficult jersey numbers.
Difficult jersey numbers. Do you want to use your double on this, or do you want to save it?
Let's save it.
Save it. Difficult jersey numbers. Here we go. For 1 point, not double, just remains 1 point. You're going to see 3 players, 3 jersey numbers. Name identify the 3 numbers for the teams, for the players on their respective teams in this photo. I can't speak.
So they all have different numbers.
Yep, DeMarco Murray, Anderson Varejao, Antoine Randall.
Oh, that is hard.
Holy shit. All right. Fuck. I think DeMarco Murray wore 21. I think Anderson Varejao wore 17. And who was the last one?
Antoine Randall. 10 seconds.
Antoine Randall wore 11. So I think it's 21, 17, 11 final.
29, 17, 82.
Ah!
You knew Varejao.
Yeah. I would not have known. This impressive skill nonetheless.
Fuck.
DeMarco Murray, 29. All right, 5-5. Nick with a chance for your first lead. Trent, what are you going to give him?
Let's do As Seen on TV.
As Seen on TV for 1 point and the lead. This blender, the personal versatile countertop magician, where you press down on the canister, launched in 2003 with what original name?
Personal versatile.
That's what they refer to it as. Yep.
So would they call it what Jeff put? I think it's the magic bullet, but he has magician in the quotes. But I don't know. Did it used to be called a ninja? I'm gonna go with magic bullet, Jeff.
Final answer.
Yeah.
That is correct. That's a tricky question because there's the ninja, there's the NutriBullet, there's many ways to have gotten that wrong. 6-5, Nick with a slight advantage. What are you going to give Trent for his next category?
Let's make it a tie. Big Bang Theory.
Oh man, Big Bang Theory, one of the most legendary niche categories in this show now. After only one season, foreplay. By the way, they'll be back in October for the play-in tournament. Fan vote's going to be strong for foreplay. Here we go. Big Bang Theory to tie it up at 6 apiece. In the season 3 premiere, what does Leonard give Penny from his expedition to the North Pole?
What does Leonard gift Penny? Oh, I think it's a snowflake.
Is that like are you talking it out or is that your guess?
That's my guess. Snowflake, final answer.
6-6, that is correct. He nailed Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
Competitive match continues.
Trent, you amaze me, my friend.
Nick with a slight advantage. He can take the lead again here. What do you want to give Nick for his next question?
Let's do difficult celebrity mashup cartoon.
Celebrity mashup difficult. Okay. Do you want to save your double or something else, Nick, or do you want to double?
Save my double, yes.
Save your double. You're going to see 4 combined cartoon characters here. 4 of them to make it 7-6.
Yeah.
Here we go. They identify the 4 cartoons mashed up in this photo. This is a hideous photo.
Okay. Okay. We have Betty Boop. We have Eliza Thornberry. We have Mr. Simmons. And we have Arthur.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct. It's Mr. Mr. Simmons, Betty Boop, Arthur, and Eliza Thornberry.
Friend, that is a gift that you have.
I
can identify 4 mashed up cartoon characters.
Wow. How fun.
7-6. Oh, boy.
That's unreal.
Nick, when do you give Trent for his next category?
Let's give him Cedar Rapids High School football.
Cedar Rapids High School football to tie it back up. Here we go. From Trent's 4 years at the school, ideally the ones where Trent played.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. Kennedy High School went 7-3 overall and 5-1 in conference during Trent's senior year, with their only conference loss to this team that went 13-0.
Mm-hmm.
Who the? See, this is something I should know.
Certainly.
5. You know what I mean? Who the fuck was really good that year?
Would have been 06-07, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
That helps.
Wait.
Yeah. Need an answer in 5, 4, 3.
I'm going to say Linmar.
Correct answer was Xavier.
Oh, my God. That's like...
I think they won the state title, too, that year.
Yeah, that's right. They're right down the street from us, too.
Xavier. 7-6. Nick could have a 2-point lead here. What are you going to give Nick?
So I actually knew that one.
Fuck you. God, that's one I should have gotten for sure.
That's your senior year, right? 06-07?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What are you going to give Nick?
Let's do reverse pop punk.
8-6. That is nuts. All right, to make it 8-7, or you could tie it up if he gets a hard one, he doubles it. Nick, what are you going to give him?
I'll do golf major championships.
Golf majors. Here we go. Trent, to make it 8-7. In 2016 at Baltusrol, New Jersey, this American golfer won his first major championship, fending off Jason Day to win the PGA.
What? It's starting to fall apart here. Things are starting to fall apart here.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No.
Jimmy Walker. To make it 9-6.
Trent, I still think you're going to win because I don't know where I was. I've never been interested in like the retranslated names of movies. I don't know where that came from.
Is that what you're going to give him next, Trent?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Foreign movie titles. This is one of those things where it's like the internet loves this, but I don't even know if this is ever true or not. But this is what they say this is. It's a movie title translated into the country's language and then translated back into English. Here's your question to make it 9-6.
Mm-hmm.
4 points remaining for both after this question. In Thailand, this 2010 comedy, the third in the franchise, is translated back to zany son-in-law, zippy grandkids, sour father-in-law in English. In English is not part of the title there, by the way. Apostrophe's in the wrong spot.
Zany son-in-law, zippy grandkids, sour. All right. The third of the franchise.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Meet the Fockers, Jeff.
It's Little Fockers.
Oh.
Meet the Fockers was the sequel. This was the third one. 8-6. Okay. Still an edge for Nick. He's up by 2. Both have 4 points left. Nick, what are you going to give Trent? Only difficult left.
Let's give him difficult G unit, Jeff.
Are you going to double this, Trent? Or you can save it. You don't have to double it.
No, let's double it.
Doubled up. You could tie it up temporarily here. Difficult G unit.
The benefit of world tours.
Final answer?
Final.
That is correct. 8-8.
Oh, this is awesome.
That was, I mean, I want to say that's a really far down part of the song. Like, Trent just knows his shit.
I love G Unit.
If you've never seen the picture of Trent in 50 Cent, it's a great picture. What's next for Nick, Trent?
Let's do very, very zoomed in logos.
Very, very zoomed in logos. You're going to see 3 very, very zoomed in logos, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. To make it a 9-8 game.
I don't know where one ends and one begins. Is that middle one something? Okay. Mitsubishi Circuit City Baskin Robbins.
Is that a final?
Yeah.
That is correct. Mitsubishi Circuit City Baskin Robbins.
How the fuck did you get Mitsubishi?
I couldn't even tell. Yeah, that was, I just had to like put my hands on the screen there to kind of split them up.
Very impressive.
9-8. 2 points left for Trent, 3 points left for Nick. What is Trent getting next?
Let's give him hip hop.
Hip hop. Just keep the train rolling there. Here we go. To make it 9-9. To make it 9-9 temporarily. That's All the Above. Mano featuring T-Pain.
That is a difficult one.
I've never heard that.
Let's make it 10-8. Or if he gets his double here, Nick can win the game. Actually, Nick would win the game here regardless if he gets this right. What are you going to give him? Sounds or Who's That Poke?
We're going to go with sounds.
We're going to go with sounds. Here we go. Sounds for Nick to make it 10-80 wins the game. If not, he still has a chance to win it after this.
Mm-hmm.
Based on sound, what is the spoon hitting here? A Hidden Valley Ranch bottle, Stanley mug, the standard one, a 2-liter Diet Coke, a tub of movie popcorn, or a rotisserie chicken container. I will note all of these, assume they're 2/3 of the way full.
Okay.
Here is the sound.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One more time. Okay. Okay. Jeff, I think that would be a Hidden Valley Ranch bottle.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Trent stays alive. It's a 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke. 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke. Yep.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Big Bang Theory. Trent, you need this to tie it up. Here we go. To stay alive. Sounds. Fuck.
All right.
Just me in my kitchen this morning banging a 2-liter Diet Coke with a spoon. That's awesome.
It's for work. It's for work.
Incredible.
In season 3, episode 16, Sheldon loses out on the chance to go to a Stan Lee autograph signing because he has to go where with Penny?
The DMV. Final.
1 second, we're rule checking that.
Never easy with the Big Bang Theory questions.
It's never easy. I just searched DMV and Big Bang. There's like 10 episodes where they go to the DMV, I think. I am being told no, it is traffic court. Traffic court.
Oh! All right. I'll tell you what, where I messed it up and a large swath of the population isn't going to realize it was the Xavier one. That one I should have known.
Right. Because I think from what I could tell, they won the state title. They were just very fucking good.
They were so good, and Kennedy and Xavier are on the same. We're on the same street. We're on 42nd Street in Cedar Rapids. That's like a rivalry. I completely. I'll be honest, I didn't think they were in the same conference, but maybe I'm way wrong. It's been 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's those things change. I was an old Max Prep sheet looking at like your name popped up a couple times. Yeah. We did that for Dana. Dana did his high school hoops too.
Right.
But Dana has that memorized down to the player on the opponent.
It was a great match.
Trent, valiant effort. Maybe a little steam going into the next season of the Dozen for Foreplay. Guys trying to play your way in October. Foreplay is going to be a very popular team during that. Nick, all 3 Frankettes move on into the next round.
Wow. I'm going to do heads or tails very hard for the next match, Jeff.
So what is that like? Was that 6 out of 7? You got to get right.
Yeah.
It did not arrive in time. I wanted a prop large coin. Now I'm going to have that for your next match. So
please, yes.
All right, Trent eliminated. Nick moves on. We'll take on his good friend Chris Klemmer in the next round. Tomorrow, the next matches you're going to see for the Dozen 1v1 Battle Royale. Tomorrow's doubleheader will be Mark Titus and Chris Castellani and Brandon versus Rico.
Wow.
The group chat for that is already really ugly. One of them said, all right, enough. They're going at each other. And then the last first round matches will be on Thursday. Fran against Fights and Kirk versus Will Compton, the David versus Goliath of all time.
Oh, no.
Wow. Will has Will Compton and Will Compton difficult for his category. So it'll be
good.
that's it. We'll see you tomorrow.